Good morning. I'm Deacon Jay. It is Saturday. It is the 28th of August. And today in the Gospel, we read the parable about the five talents, where one person is given, of the talents, where one person is given five talents, another person is given two talents, another person is given one talent, and um, the person with five talents invests or uses them wisely and creates another five. Another person with two talents and again uses them wisely and creates two more. Person with one talent buries them because he doesn't want to lose them, and that person with one talent is chastised for not using his talents wisely. And I think that's a message for all of us today out of this parable. How do we use our talents? How do we use our time, talent, and treasure? Do we use them to serve ourselves or do we use them to serve the Lord? And hopefully, as we go through life, we play. There are times in our life where all of us have to discern what are we called to do. This especially occurs when we're young, when we're trying getting out of college or whatever. How am I meant to spend my life? For me, I had one of those times in my life when I sold the software company that I had owned. And I was going to, this 2004, when I sold it in 2010, I was going to retire, and I didn't really know what I was called to do after I retired. So when I went to Eucharistic adoration, then for a number of months, I prayed and asked the Lord what I was called to do, and for a long time I really didn't get any answer. I wasn't really sure. And then, of course, eventually we had a parish council meeting at our house, and the priest mentioned, Father Bernie at the time mentioned that we had three people in the parish who were considering becoming deacons, and at that point in time, I felt the calling that I needed to check this out. And as I checked it out, it seemed more and more that in fact was the calling that I had. And that was really a case for me of praying and discerning really over a number of months that was a call. And even after that happened, it still was years after that as I went through the process of formation, discerning, is this really what I'm called to do? So that really is my story in terms of how I've chosen, or how the Lord has called me to use my talents. And it's a continual question for me, exactly what am I meant to do as a deacon? How is he being called? How am I called to be used? And I think all of us have that same issue. How is the Lord calling us? Are we following our will for our lives, or are we following the Lord's will for our lives? Our saint of the day today, Saint Augustine, for the early part of his life, he followed his own will. He had a baby out of wedlock, had a mistress, wasn't didn't follow his faith as a Catholic, and then a number of years later, after a lot of prayers from his mother, he eventually came back to the church, became a bishop, and became a very well-known doctor of the church, and a great member of the faith. So eventually, he found where his talents were. So all of us, I think, need to take that message and discern where are we being called. How's the Lord intending to use us in our faith? So have a great day, and hope to see you tomorrow. Maybe it'll be cool off a little bit for tomorrow. God bless.